I'm doing well, thanks. I watched Assassin the other day, absolutely loved it. Love a good action movie. So
Right? Yes. It's definitely nonstop.
for sure, for sure. Um, how did you become involved with this project?
I got a call out of the blue from the director and writer, Jesse Atlas, and he had seen Upload, another show I'm on, which is on Amazon Prime, and which kind of lives in the same world as Assassin, kind of the sci-fi, very, futuristic, embodying, avatars, like kind of space. So after seeing my work, yeah, he just reached out and he was like, I think you'd be an amazing Molly. So I was like, I read the script and I was like, wow, I'm so in. Plus, yeah, like the caliber of cast, yes, 1000%.
Um, and you just mentioned this that you played Molly. Can you describe her a little bit?
Molly, she is very committed to her art, and you get pieces of that before, Namzamo's character kind of takes her over, but she's this very still, centered person who is, I think, a very passionate artist, and has a slight drinking problem, which she mentions and makes light of. But I think she's a really layered character, and it was fun to play her, but also kind of, well, what happens when someone else is in her body?
It is really interesting. Um, because like I wasn't expecting the way you kind of come out, or I guess Nomzamo's character kind of comes out of Molly to be as like evident as it was, and it was interesting. It was really interesting. Um, because you two kind of share a character, did you get to work together to kind of figure out how you were going to do that?
Yeah, there were moments where we would chat a little bit about the mannerisms that her character has, getting to watch a little bit of playback too. I mean, we filmed in a really tight schedule, so there was a lot of overlapping. So we got to see each other's work and get to see, oh, okay, that I like that little thing that, you're doing, and I think I can add that in some subtle way that shows when there's a shift. And Jesse was really great about that too, where he wanted it to be evident but not so over the top to where it's like, I'm Molly, and then haha, I'm a robot, whatever, like he didn't want that. So it felt very collaborative. There's this, I'll show you this really fun picture that Jesse texted us today, and it's when um, we're both in the same dress, and we did this kind of like the Shining reference that is so wild. I hope it shows up on here, but
Oh, that's funny.
isn't that wild? Like, so we had fun moments like that where we would just play.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Um, real quick, how did stepping on the glass work?
Oh my gosh.
Because I'm assuming you didn't actually step on glass.
No, that was like a whole discussion because of, safety, and obviously they don't want me to have like a real bleeding foot for the rest of filming. So it was this like weird fake glass um that did shatter, but the obviously that's the gift of acting. And then it was like replaced with like plastic that that wouldn't injure me. Um, and and then, yeah, a little food coloring and I don't know. Sugar water. I'm just making things up at this point.
As long as it wasn't real glass.
No, no, it wasn't. Yeah.
Um, and this was Jesse's directorial debut. What was it like working with him as a new director?
I loved it. Because it always feels great when it's someone who also wrote it, and they're really close to the material in that way. So they've been with it since inception. So he knew the characters in and out, and his directorial style is very nurturing and really wanting to make sure, like, okay, is there anything I can offer you, any other information that might help you understand the character further, or a piece of backstory maybe that I didn't mention? And so in that sense, it was really cool working with him. And because we were working so fast paced, sometimes you can kind of get lost in the shuffle, but he was so great at really honing in on the moments that really mattered, and said, okay, like, what do you need? Like, let's talk this through really quickly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Um, what is something you're just super excited for people to see when they watch this movie?
I'm excited to see just the body swapping of it all, and them seeing how the technology works. I think it's really fascinating, and it makes you think. And it's also kind of terrifying to be like, oh my gosh, if someone could like take over my body and like, do terrible things, and then I don't remember, like, what? No. So in that sense of it, I kind of want people to walk away like, and that's what you want in any great film, is for it to be a conversation starter, for people to, like, talk about certain moments, and be like, wasn't that wild? That was nuts. So I'm hoping that, yeah, people just enjoy the craziness of it all, and allow themselves to buy into the whole adventure.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, it was definitely fun to watch for sure.
Cool. That's awesome. It was fun to make.
Um, are you working on anything else at the moment?
I I'm writing and working on directing myself, but something I'm very, very excited about is being in The Bad Batch, which is a Star Wars animated series that's on Disney Plus. And so I voiced a character on there for season 2, which is out. And I think a new episode comes out tonight. So I've always dreamt about being on part of the Star Wars whole legacy. So that's very, very cool for me. So yeah, that's happening right now.
I love it. Are you dark side or the light side?
Oh, light, light, all the way. The force is strong with me. And then yeah, and then having Assassin come out on Friday. So you know what? It's been a pretty great week.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Um, if people want to stay up to date with you and your work, where can we follow you?
Oh my gosh. Everywhere, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and most of all Instagram. And it's all just under my name, Andy Allo.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, great. Um, thank you so much for chatting with me. I enjoyed the movie and I enjoyed our conversation.
Me too. Thanks so much, Beth. This was awesome.